In this episode, some of the weirdest car facts ever. Welcome to the 90s and the new Z06. Welcome to episode 244 of the We Are Auto Show. What's up, Derek?
Mr. Mike Rao. I was listening to a podcast the other day. Heard a wild statistic.
Oh, I like these interesting statistics. What you got?
Something around 90 to 95% of the time that you own your car, it's sitting around doing nothing.
That's actually a quite shocking thing to think about, especially nowadays with people that are remote working.
It makes sense.
Wow.
It makes sense. The only time that people are actually utilizing your car, working back, or some other activity in back, right?
Unless you're someone like me and you that want to go for a drive. But even then, it's still so few.
And I would say that your personal car is more what they're talking about.
Yeah, my work car's different.
Right.
Because that's 100%, well,
yeah,
89% of the time.
But for people's personal car, I think it was between 90 and 95% of the time.
That's a lot of time.
That's
it just
a lot of
sits
time.
idly doing nothing.
Yeah. And it was a podcast that was specifically talking about like how to solve the EV charging problem. And they were like, if it sits around for 90% of the time, why don't we just charge it where it sits? And I was like, okay, kind of makes sense.
Not a bad way to think about it.
Kind of makes sense, yeah.
But that is a good segue because it's an interesting topic when you start thinking about weird stats like that.
Oh, yeah.
So I think we've compiled a little bit of a list here.
We do. We have a list of some interesting, you could say shocking, car statistics.
Maybe even crazy.
So what's the first one, buddy?
First one has to do with maintenance. The average American spends about 1.5% of their yearly income on maintenance and repairs.
1.5%?
Yep.
Whoa.
Yeah. Kind of wild if you think about it.
That's a lot more than I thought.
Yeah. Well, you would think it'd be not much.
No, but if you're bringing it to dealers,
You're getting charged a lot.
you're getting charged a lot. Even if you bring it to a normal repair shop,
You're getting charged a lot, but less a lot.
yeah, 2/3 of what you would be at a dealer,
Mhm.
right? And what? Oil change, maybe one or two a year,
Yeah, depending if it's around 90% of the time.
right? Tires.
Uh-huh.
Yep. I can totally see it.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah.
Next one. You got one?
So in the United States, over 30 million cars were recalled in 2020 alone.
That's a lot of cars recalled.
I did not know that it was that high.
That's 30 million.
Yes.
That's only in the year 2020.
So every year we'll say 25 million cars are recalled, and that's on the low end.
That is ridiculous.
That's a ton.
How do you recall that many cars?
That's an insane amount for the manufacturers to eat.
yeah.
I don't know how they turn profits doing that, but that's crazy.
Just like that sheer volume of cars. That's insane.
That's a lot.
Next one. This has to do with tires. Every year, there's over 1 billion tires produced around the world.
With a B.
With a B. A billion. There's over 1 billion tires made every year.
That's a lot of playground mulch.
That is a lot of playground mulch, right? That's a lot of tire barriers.
Cool.
That's a lot of things. I mean, you got to think. Semi-trucks, work trucks, passenger cars.
Airplane.
It's
Everything.
a lot of tires.
Yeah. That's crazy.
That is ridiculous.
That's a lot more than I thought.
Mm-hmm.
So the next one, as of 2021, there were more female drivers in the U.S. than there are male drivers.
Ooh. Really?
I didn't see that one coming.
No, I'm curious. Is there a correlation with more accidents?
Oh, God.
Let's
not go down that
I
rabbit
couldn't
hole.
resist. But realistically, there's more females than males driving. I didn't see that coming.
Neither did I.
That seems like it came a bit out of left field for me.
Yeah.
Because I know more, well, not many, because I'm, happily married at this point, but I feel like the majority of females that I know would prefer not to drive.
I agree.
Like, whenever my wife and I go somewhere, it's me that drives.
Mm-hmm.
Probably the same for you,
Mm-hmm.
right? Interesting.
Yeah, I don't I don't quite understand that one at all.
Maybe it has to do with how many have licenses versus not.
And we did get these stats from ChatGPT, and it will be confidently wrong at things.
It will.
So these are not all fact-checked, but in theory, they should be pretty accurate.
They should be pretty accurate.
Yeah.
The
So what
next
do we got
one
next?
has to do with colors of cars. You know what the most popular color of a car is?
I'm going to guess either gray or white.
White is the answer.
Ah, okay.
And that makes sense if you factor in the amount of like fleet vehicles that are bought.
Yes.
White, easy to put branding on.
Yep.
That would make sense.
Yep. But also a pain in the butt to clean.
Yes,
Or
but
keep
not as pain in the butt to keep clean as black. A black car is way harder to keep clean than a white car. Believe it or not, a white actually hides dirt better than a black car.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
You would think the opposite.
Here's why. A black car is like a mirror. Every little speck you see on a mirror, don't you?
Yeah.
Black cars are so hard to keep clean.
Okay. Interesting. All right, so this next one is about car thefts. On average, a vehicle is stolen every 44 seconds in the United States.
Oh my God. Do I need to run out and go check my car right now? That's worrisome.
That is worrisome.
So every 44 seconds, if you're actually looking at the clock, that goes by quick.
Yep. There have been at least 8 stolen since the time we started this show. By that math. That's pretty interesting.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So what's next?
Next one has to do with the cumulative number of parts on a vehicle. In my opinion, it's more than I thought. The amount of individual parts on an average on a single car, 30,000 different parts.
30,000 parts.
That must be factoring every rivet, every bolt, every wire.
Yeah. But they're all individual parts. Yeah. 30,000 to contain an explosion and move you around town.
Multiple explosions, yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
That's a lot of parts.
I really wonder if there's a drastic part difference between an EV and an ICE car.
I wonder if there's not, though, because do you count each battery cell as a part?
That's a good question. I don't know.
Like each piece of the battery cell and all that?
I still think it's far less than
Fair.
all the O-rings and seals and
I see your point.
fasteners.
It'll
and
probably end up being less.
rockers and arms and pistons. Yeah. 30K. That's a lot.
Yep.
That's a whole lot.
What's next? What's the next fact?
So over 70% of Americans over the age of 15 have a driver's license.
That's not actually that much.
No, I thought it'd be more.
Yeah, you would think that it's like 85%.
It's over the age of 15, which I think, 16 is the normal time for people to get their license.
Learner's permit usually around 15.
Right.
Full-fledged driver's license at about 16 usually.
And I think it depends on state, but I'm pretty sure most states are.
Yeah, but they're usually fluctuate around there.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And I can attest to that. Less kids want to get their license now.
Yes.
Less driving age humans want to drive.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
I think it's a bad thing.
I think it probably is.
And I could get philosophical thinking about how it's turning people into just mindless office drones, but I shall refrain.
Okay, I wasn't gonna go there with it, but sure.
But I'll leave my tinfoil hat on the table for this one.
I can see why people are intimidated by driving and are not.
But why has it gotten more intimidating? Like, why was it less intimidating for us? Because is that a trait of the younger adult psyche?
It could be a generational thing. I'm not 100% sure.
Is it I don't really care about it because I can just Uber things and DoorDash things and...
Yeah, mind you, I was absolutely terrified the first time I got on the interstate. I think everyone is. But I was not as terrified to just drive around the neighborhood. Like, it's not...
I also have a theory. Because I'm noticing a lot of younger folks really struggle with driving a car.
How so?
physically controlling a vehicle, like gas, brake, steering.
Like hand-eye coordination problem, or just in coordination in general problem?
Yes to both.
Okay.
Because here's my theory. When you and I grew up, what did we spend a lot of time after schools doing?
Sports.
Something. Playing outside.
Yep.
Building a fort. Jumping bikes. Playing backyard football. Throwing a frisbee. Doing something. When's the last time you went for a drive around neighborhood and just saw like a group of kids playing? It's actually been a while, hasn't it?
It's not as often. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll agree with that.
I have a feeling that that's correlated. Now, I'm not saying correlation determines causation, but I have a feeling there's a correlation there.
Yep.
The fact that kids have stopped kind of playing like kids, I think that's leading to the fewer amount of kids wanting to drive.
Yeah, it could be. I don't know. It's probably more of a generational thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. But let's move on to the next fact. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
As of 2021, there were approximately 1.4 billion cars in use worldwide. So that means one vehicle for every 5 people on Earth. That's a lot of cars.
And that's active, like
As
in-use
of,
vehicles?
Well, according to this stat, says
Yeah.
cars in use.
Wow. That's a lot more than I thought, to be honest.
And I think car enthusiasts are to blame for that one. Because how many cars will you register and own?
Could be. Could partially be, yeah. But you think about like the South African countries and whatnot, where maybe you get a car for the family, if you're lucky, right?
Yeah, but you keep that car forever.
So that would make sense as to why that's the 1-to-5 ratio.
No, I get it. That's a lot of cars.
Yeah,
I love
a
it.
lot of cars.
We should pump that number up to 4 and 5.
That's
maybe
ridiculous.
1 car per person.
I don't know about that.
That would be amazing. We need to outnumber people with cars.
Why?
We need 7 cars per person.
Every house has a 5-car garage.
Yes, please. You're welcome to my heaven. Thank you.
You would never get anywhere on the roads, anywhere.
I'll just have my own. I'll have my own roads. I'll have my own racetrack. I'll have my own mountain. It's fine.
You're just going to live in your own little bubble.
Yep.
That's fine. Okay. The next one. The average American driver covers about 13,000 miles in their car every year. If we considered all the U.S. drivers, that's more than 3 trillion miles annually, which is enough to get to Pluto and back 300 times.
So if I heard that correctly, the average American is driving 13,000 miles a year, right? Okay. So if we consider every American driving 13,000, every American driver, not every American, but every American driver.
Right.
13,000 times however many licensed drivers we have. That's a long distance. 3 trillion miles a year.
To Pluto and back 300 times.
Sheesh.
Pluto's pretty far.
It is.
I will say there's a cool stat that if you get to, I think it's 239,500 miles, the average distance from the Earth to the moon.
Oh, you could drive to the moon.
It is an achievable goal in a vehicle to drive to the moon.
In a Corolla.
In a vehicle. I didn't specify what vehicle, in a vehicle.
It is sometimes a bigger feat than others.
In diesel trucks? Sure, no problem.
You can do that twice.
In a Honda Civic? You can do it. You're going to struggle.
No, you'll be fine in a Civic.
You can do it.
In a base model BMW?
No way. No shot.
You're not getting out of the atmosphere.
No way. You'll get out of the atmosphere. You'll get out.
Then you have to replace a lot of parts.
No, out of the atmosphere, 100 kilometers.
That's it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yep. That's what's known as the Kármán line. That's
I see.
the designated space.
Oh, realistically, you're still replacing parts in a BMW anyway.
After 100 kilometers. Yikes. All right, what's next?
Next one has to do with traffic. So apparently, according to this, the average American commuter spends 54 hours a year in traffic.
54 hours?
That's more than 2 days.
More than 2 days?
That's a lot.
Oy.
Wow.
Oh, that's a big waste of time. That's a big waste of time and a lot of money.
Is it a waste of time, or is it time that you enjoy contemplating? And listening to a podcast. Reading or listening to an audiobook.
You have the right mindset for it.
I do.
Most people, that is a frustrating, terrible, miserable waste of time.
It is. People should just be like me.
Oh, here we go.
No,
All right.
they shouldn't. They shouldn't be like me.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is a damn long time.
Yes, it is. So the next one. The average car on the road in the U.S. is about 12 years old. That's an increase from about 9.6 years in 2002, showing that vehicles are lasting longer than they used to.
Are they lasting longer? Is that what that's telling us?
That's a big difference. That's a 2.5 year difference.
It is, or are we just not getting rid of cars as quickly?
I would assume it's a bit of both. In theory, cars all have the planned obsolescence situation going on, where they're designed to fail at a certain mileage so that they get force you to buy a new one.
Buy a new one, yeah.
Right. Unless it's a semi-truck, it's not designed to go to
Forever.
the moon and back twice, right? But they are lasting longer. I think it has to do with both. I think. Yes. But those are some interesting facts. Those are some fun ones.
I do like those weird little factoids like that.
Yep.
Interesting. So, shall we move on?
Yeah.
All right. Let's talk about some car spots.
Okay.
You want to go first, or you want me to go first?
I will kick it off, buddy.
All right. What you got?
So I took one of yours because you happen to see this, which is the new C8 Z06
In that spec, the orange with the carbon arrow, all that.
in the black wing.
I believe it's actually carbon, but yes.
Did you hear it?
That was what caught my attention first. It does not sound like a Corvette. We've talked about this.
Yes.
I saw it across the road, and as a good car enthusiast, I cracked my window. Because, well, what else would you do? And as he got on it, it sounded like a Ferrari 458. Which, mind you, sounds delicious.
Yes.
It is umptious. It is fantastic. It is one of the best sounding cars that we've seen in the modern era. But does it sound like a Corvette?
No. Not at all. Not at all. If you put a C6, even a C7 next to this, and you rev the engine, they're completely different.
You can very distinctly tell what's what.
They're completely different.
Oh, yeah.
But this does have the Ferrari hum. This has the Lamborghini hum. This has the flat, plain crank V8 sound.
That high-pitched... I mean, it was a high-pitched, high-revving thing. I mean, when it got on it, I went, ooh, that sounds amazing. But it doesn't sound like a Corvette.
No. Yep. Overall, I think that this car looks gorgeous. It's awesome.
Oh, you just said it looks gorgeous. You went there.
I kind of do like the new look of this Z06.
So for a while, the C8, just the regular C8, you were kind of meh.
The new with the wing and the aggression, I'm a fan.
The C8 needed that.
Yes.
I think the biggest improvements come to the C8 to the rear.
Yep.
The C8 needed rear end improvements, particularly the center exit exhaust, as well as the wing. That ties in the rear end of the C8 so much better.
It looks good.
It just makes it so much better.
And I like the little front canards that they put on it. Just a little bit. It's not a ton, but just a little bit of carbon up there. Just some aggression to it. It does make it look
It has a
good.
different front bumper, front clip, front lip, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, no, the Z06, it looks much better than the standard C8.
A couple stats about it. 5.8 liter V8, flat crank, whatever. You know what it is.
Yes.
Power, we got 670 horsepower at 8,400 RPM.
That's a lot of horsepower out of an
Almost
NA V8.
700
Out of an NA.
NA. Making 460 pound-feet of torque. A little lower in the RPM, 6,300 RPM. But usually the torque's a bit lower in the RPM. It has an 8-speed dual clutch.
Okay.
Rips.
Yeah.
I'm sure it shifts like an absolute monster.
Mm-hmm.
Curb weight, 3,666 pounds.
You know, in the grand scheme of things, that's not super heavy.
That is not.
That's relatively light for today's day and age.
And I'm sure it's pretty well balanced.
Mid-engined.
Right.
Has to be well balanced.
So in theory. 0 to 60 time, 2.6 seconds.
That's quick.
I'm sure there's some rollout numbers in there. Whatever. 100 miles an hour, under 6 seconds, 5.9.
So that'll do to 100 miles an hour quicker than our cars will go to 60.
Yes. That's fast. Quarter mile, it is a 10.5 second quarter mile car.
That's quick.
That is fast.
That's quick.
Yep. One funny stat that I saw, the average MPG, give it a guess.
Mid to high teens.
14.
Ooh, that's the low mids.
It gets 12 in city and 19 in highway.
That's not very much.
19's okay. 12 in city is pretty rough.
That's not much.
No.
That's not much.
In price, excluding dealer fees. Quite the caveat. Quite the $50,000 caveat.
Quite the $100,000 caveat.
Yeah. Anywhere between $116,000 to $162,000, depending on how you spec it. Is it worth north of $200,000? Because that's what you're actually going to pay.
Nope. It's worth $150,000.
The thing about the Corvette was it was the cheap American good muscle car.
Nope.
Sports car.
Yep. It was the Porsche killer.
From America.
It was your neighbor got a Porsche and you wanted to show him how to do things in America.
Yes.
And save 40 grand.
Right.
100 grand.
This is kind of getting away from that.
Oh, it's very much getting away from that.
Yeah.
If you're spending what they're spending on them now with $200,000+, that's supercar money.
Why not just buy the 488?
Why not buy anything else for $200,000?
Yeah. It's
a fine car. It's
right.
not a $200,000 car, in my opinion.
No. And
it's a very nice $150,000 car.
I can't imagine giving GM $200,000 for a car.
GM.
For a car.
GM.
Oh.
Imagine if you really got the shaft here and you're paying $250,000.
And I know that this is like the exception for GM. This is one of their better cars. Probably the best car that they've ever made. But, oh boy.
But you're giving that money to GM.
Oh boy.
Oh boy is right.
It's a great car. It's just not worth that much. What should it realistically be?
$150,000.
The Z06?
Yeah.
Like from the dealer, you can buy it for $150,000.
Yep.
I'd say
and that's trimmed out, not base.
Okay. Base
$100,000.
$100,000. Yeah, that's right. That's the right number.
I think it should be 100 to 150, not 162, but also not 200 with markup.
That's insane.
No way.
That is crazy. So what'd you see?
I saw a relic from the 90s. I saw a Porsche 944 Cabriolet or convertible.
The 944. Okay, that has the pop-up headlights.
Thing. Yeah, pop-up headlights.
Yep. Those were pretty cheap in their day, weren't they?
They weren't cheap. They were cheaper. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't remember the exact price, but does that not just scream 90s?
Oh yeah.
So if you wanted to make your own retro throwback movie, what do you get? You like a Miami Vice with friends.
Yeah.
You get a 944. You get a Ferrari Testarossa.
Right.
What else do you get? You get a Lamborghini Countach?
C4 Corvette? C3?
Oh, God, yeah. Let's go, baby.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Mustang
Fox body?
What about the Miata with the pop-ups?
No, that's the wrong. It needs more wedge.
Yeah.
It's not wedgy enough. We need wedge, man. Come on. Boxy, wedgy. Come on. We need that. Or not a Countach. Diablo, I think, was 90s. Yeah, whatever the 90s was.
I think so.
Uh-huh.
I could see this being in that movie, for sure.
That would be perfect in this movie.
For sure.
Would it be the good guy's car or the bad guy's car?
The good guy's car.
All right, I can dig it. What is the bad guy driving? A Mustang?
Yeah.
Bad guy's driving the Mustang Fox body?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Can't dig. What about the Corvette? Is that the bad guy too?
I don't know. That's the one that's on the edge.
I think the Corvette's a bad guy too.
It depends on where the movie's being shown.
It's in Miami, of course. Where else would it be?
But if it's being produced in Mother Russia, then he's driving the bad guy car.
Jesus
The Corvette's
Christ.
the bad guy car.
I still think the Corvette's the bad guy car in Miami. Because there, you're going to be pursued by a Testarossa and a 944.
Yeah. Okay.
It's the 90s. Excess is required. We need wedge. We need excess. We
this
need
has it.
this.
The headlights are the best.
Oh, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Now, the one thing it doesn't have an excess of is horsepower.
Oh, no. Not at all. No.
It's no easy way of saying this. It's 208.
Oh, wow. Oh, boy.
It almost matches torque, though. 207 pound-feet torque. Although it's light, it's 3,100 pounds.
200 is a little... It's okay. It's okay in that
For
car.
3,100 pounds back in the day,
That's
not
okay.
horrible.
Yeah. I think that would actually handle pretty well. It would be...
Not in a convertible, it wouldn't.
You're probably right about that.
In a convertible, it would be all floppy.
Yeah,
and
it'd be all flexy.
flubber. It'd be just
Yeah,
horrible.
You're right about that.
But god damn it, you would look good with a white suit and sunglasses driving that car.
In the 90s?
Oh my god. Today.
Oh, today? I don't know about that.
Give me that car with a white suit.
No.
Uh-huh.
No.
Uh-huh.
You would get laughed out of here.
That's
There's
fine.
no way.
I would enjoy it.
In the 90s, sure. Nowadays, there's no way.
So, white suit, floral shirt,
Oh, God.
sunglasses, one hand at 12 o'clock on the steering wheel, cruising down Lido Beach with my wife.
Uh-huh.
She's got a lot of hair. She's got hair that goes up to about here.
Okay.
All right. That is the dream.
That's and you're driving around St. Armand Circle, and past you goes every single other supercar, McLaren, brand new GT3
But
RS.
they're not wearing the white suit like I am.
No.
And the fake gold Rolex watch.
It would take that amount of car in money just to change their oil.
It would act. No, to be fair, in today's day and age, it would take that car's amount of money to change its own oil and do its own servicing as well. How much is a full refresh on a 944? It's the price of a 944. Okay.
Yeah, that's true.
There you go.
Yeah. How much was one of these new? Do
You
how
know
much
what?
they
Let me
were back
find
in the
out.
day?
Let me find out.
And I'm curious what like the conversion to today's money would be, because I can't. They had to be a little pricey, but I don't think they were crazy pricey, were they?
Let's see. The window sticker cost about $50,000 new in 90.
Okay, that's a lot
Holy
more than
shit,
I thought.
that's expensive.
What the heck? For 200
It
horsepower?
says that's over $100,000 in today's money.
Yeah, that's way over 100K.
Oh my god!
Why were they so expensive? You could get like a C3 or 4 Corvette for, God, it had to be half the price.
Wow.
Oh boy.
The release price. Okay, the 944's original MSRP was $36,900 to $43,000 for the Turbo S. That was the original release price.
It's better.
But when you get the Cabriolet, I'm sure that goes up even more.
Yeah. Huh. I didn't think they were that expensive.
They're damn expensive.
I thought they were like 15 grand.
Well, you know how much you can find
15,
one
20.
now?
How much?
For like 15 grand.
15, yeah.
Like 10 to 15 grand.
I'm sure they've depreciated a lot.
Oh my god, yeah.
And maintenance would be a pain on those.
It would be the most pain.
Yeah.
It would be so much pain. It would be like getting pulled downstairs by your toenails.
That'd be awful.
It would be horrible.
Yeah.
But it's the 944 Cabriolet.
Solid.
It's such a wild thing. And the dude looked like he lived in the 90s.
Oh boy.
It was
He's stuck in the 90s.
It was perfect.
Oh boy. All right. Well, let's move on to the I wish there was, my friend. Do you got one?
I do. I wish that Porsche would make a modern 944.
Do they not?
No.
Why? Why is a Cayman not a modern 944?
Cayman's mid-engine. This is front-engined. Cayman's flat six. That's V8, baby. Let's go.
But this was like that middle ground Porsche.
It was not.
This was the top of the line?
No, it was just different.
Because they had the turbos back then, the air-cooled turbos.
That's different. This is completely different. It's a completely different kind of car than any other Porsche.
It's like a Miata competitor. I don't know.
No,
what
it's
they're
not.
going for.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
It's kind of Miata competitor-ish.
Yeah. What would be the closest thing they make now? Boxer doesn't work. Cayman doesn't work. 911's out of the question. The SUVs?
Probably
Taycan? Nope. It's too big.
maybe a Panamera.
It's way different.
Too big, but it just there's not really a comparison.
Should they make a front-engine sports car?
Yep.
Right now,
Yep, they should.
and put what engine in it?
They should put the LMDH engine in it.
Oh God.
Twin turbo V8, baby. Let's go.
God.
Yes, because
Okay.
you got to have a road car with that engine, in my opinion.
You have to?
Well, no, but yes.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll hit you with my I wish they would have, because it would be an interesting, somewhat competitor to this. I wish Subaru made a pickup with a boxer engine.
Jesus Christ. You want a pickup truck with a boxer? They made the Baja, which was kind of a truck thing.
Kind of.
It was on the edge of what we could call a truck. It had a bed, but I
Right.
wouldn't really call it a truck.
Right.
They
Think
did
about
make a truck back in like was it 80s? But again, small mini truck.
Yeah, no, that I want like an F-150 size, a smaller F-150
You want
size
a Ranger?
pickup.
You want
Yeah,
a Ranger,
a Ranger.
or a Tacoma size
Yes,
pickup from Subaru
that'd be perfect
with a boxer. You said
with a boxer. Why would you not want a boxer?
in a pickup.
Heck yeah.
All right, why not get a pick with a rotary?
No, because it sounds like a vacuum cleaner. No. I mean, it'd be awesome, but no. Not compared to a boxer.
So
Okay, how about this? Take the boxer and put it in your 944.
no, what's wrong?
So is a twin turbo V8.
Not really. Well, that's super wrong.
It's very wrong. All of it's very wrong. If it's a Porsche and it's not a straight 6 or flat 6, what are they doing?
Well, they're doing things.
They're doing
I mean,
madness.
this originally came with an inline 4,
That's better for it. For a 944, that's way better.
but I want a twin turbo V8.
No, that wouldn't fit under the hood.
The hood was pretty long.
The hood is pretty big, actually. It could
I'd
probably fit in the engine bay.
I would actually say the RX-7 is the best competitor to that. Not to derail that. But
I see where you're going with that, though. You're probably right.
Uh-huh.
I like that.
Either way, I digress. You wish Subaru made a pickup truck with a boxer.
I do.
Well, that's wonky, but all right.
Would you ever drive one?
Yeah, I would. Just because it's ridiculous.
Heck yeah. It'd be awesome.
Oh, my. So, do you have anything else for episode 244?
I do not.
Then that's going to wrap us up. Thanks so much for watching and listening. If you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe to the channel, leave a thumbs up, and drop a comment on the video. Let us know which one of those weird car facts and statistics that stuck out to you the most, because there were some weird ones there. If you're listening on audio only, send us those thoughts via social. Facebook is We Are Auto, Instagram is We Are Auto _, YouTube is We Are Auto, and our website is weareauto.io. So, thanks again. Catch you guys in the next one.
Peace.